20 years ago in 2006, from my dorm room in college at Georgia Tech, I started an exotic car rental company back before the financial crisis of 08 and 09, when you could just tell banks as a 20-year-old how much money you thought you made, and they would give you loans for things like this. We started with a Gallardo, and soon after that, I added this 2000 Ferrari 360 Spider Rosso Corsa with a proper 6-speed gated manual transmission. Probably not the best idea for a rental car, but hey, it survived, I don't know, 20, 25,000 rental miles, and I loved every chance I ever got to drive it. Had it in amazing music videos with Soulja Boy and Gucci Mane and all the fine cast. And a few weeks ago, I made a video talking about some of the cars that I either wish I hadn't sold or really wanted back, and honestly, this was the top of the list. Over the years, it's popped up a couple of times on eBay, bring a trailer for sale here and there, and I never quite got there on the price. It's a high mile, fairly rough 360 Spider, but it is so special to me. And as soon as I made that video, I was contacted by the most recent owner out of Ozark, Missouri, and he said he was ready to sell it, and the price was quite reasonable. So reasonable, in fact, that when I mentioned to my good friend Cameron from here at DC MotorWerks that I was going to go buy it back, he said, well, can I buy it back? I said, you know what? That's even better than me buying it, because I get to see it, enjoy it, and he gets to fix it. So what could be any more fun than that? But this is my first time seeing the car. Now, he did disclose that the top is not currently functional, and I do recall this gap, which is quite pronounced and lets a good bit of water in. These were supposed to be black, but they are faded to this shade of silver, and I'm sure that's not the limit of things that good Cameron will have discovered in his short time with this car, but let's hear it.
What you up to there, sir?
I am spectating your latest purchase.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Ferrari owner.
Yeah, thanks for getting me into something else I probably shouldn't have again.
Oh, well, how was the drive home?
It was eventful. We made it here, though.
I see it. You made it all the way here. You know, the top barely worked when I had it. You used to have to put the seat forward, pull this panel off, and I had like a squeeze condiment bottle of Mercedes ATF that I would have to squeeze through the little Allen wrench hole because especially if it got cold, it wouldn't work. I remember we were doing it must have been a Lil Wayne video one night, and they always shoot them in the middle of winter, and it was so cold. They obviously wanted the top down, and if the engine warms the roof up enough, it would work, but then it would kind of gel up cold, so I had to drive it home. The door's not holding. In like 20-degree weather, top down, freezing, but I made it. As you did. It's here.
Well, now the top does not work. So
Okay.
it says...
it doesn't respond to the button?
The windows go down and then nothing happens.
Okay.
It does something.
I don't think it's had a belt service since it left Georgia. Although, no, one of the listings that I saw on eBay said that it had like $25,000 worth of work done fairly shortly after I sold it. So maybe in 11, 12 it had a belt service, which is 5 years ago, right?
Not quite, but I did get a folder full of records and stuff.
We love folders full of records.
More than anything that when there's none from you.
It was guys like you that weren't necessarily typing into repair invoices.
Oh, right. Yeah, we got to buffer
I
that.
noticed the front bumper is kind of hanging off a little bit.
Yeah, like every under panel is trying to delete itself from the car at speed. So.
And that is the most atrocious infotainment monstrosity.
It is a travesty. Okay. Especially because you bump it every time you shift into like third.
Excellent,
so
excellent. These were not on there. It was not a factory shield car.
But they look good.
These are rough. But, you know, and for your sake, I won't disclose what you paid for it, but it would have cost you that much to turn an F1 transmission car into a manual.
There you go. Yeah, we got the proper one, and it needs some things.
I mean, I think these are all my rental rock chips. It was very chipped up when I sold it.
It still is, yes.
It is, yes. And
yeah,
well,
the under panels are just, yeah, they do not want to participate anymore.
Error lights?
It had a few, but they seem to have gone away, and it seems to be behaving itself so far.
I noticed that the kick panel for the passenger side is off. Did you have to put a battery in it?
I did not, but it was so stone dead that, yeah, drove it, I think, 800 miles before it charged, which probably wasn't the smartest idea, but, you know, it was also very cold, and,
yes.
yeah, we didn't want to stop. So, it has come back.
You have to push start it?
No, didn't have to do that. Thank
Oh,
goodness.
so not like our Gallardo Spider.
No, it
retrieval.
was a little better than our Gallardo adventure. But yeah, I don't know where the screws are for the kick panel, so that'll be a thing.
They're just any old screws, I remember.
You know, but it has factory wheels back on it. I was real excited about that.
Yeah, it had the HREs on it when I had it, and at the time, quite honestly, I could not afford a set of OEM wheels to put on to make it look more appropriate. I mean, I can't describe to you how broke I was throughout the entirety of Supercar Rentals. Like, I probably made a little bit of money, but there is no question whatsoever that I have made more money talking about the stories of Supercar Rentals on VinWiki than I did making the stories.
You know, it all works out in the end, right?
That's it. That's it. Who knew that was the way it was going to monetize?
But
well,
yeah, it's had service, and it's it'll generally get you where you want to go.
well, can I drive it?
You can, yeah.
Amazing.
It works.
Oh, well, I
Can't put the
cannot
top
wait.
down.
I will not attempt to put the top down, but I will drive it, and I cannot wait.
It's not as loud as it used to be, so sorry.
They took the Tubi off?
It's gone. Yeah, it's got
That Tubi was glorious. I guess they engineer them to disintegrate, and
Oh.
so all of the emissions preventing things inside were just blown out. It would shake the warehouse when I started.
It does not do that anymore.
Well, you're gonna have to get a new
But-
exhaust for it.
Yeah, I've got a box.
Oh, a box?
Yes, we'll reveal that later.
Goodness gracious, it didn't get bigger, I can tell you that much.
No.
Why is this screen so big?
It is. There you go.
Oh man. To be honest, growing up, this was the dream car, even more so than a Mercy. It was just so significant in the world and the marketplace of supercars. The stupid screen. You can't shift it without hitting it. Who would do this to my car? Well, Cameron's car now, and I'm sure he'll address that because my knee is even hitting it. But it was just the coolest thing in the world. These things were $150,000 over MSRP as a market value. And it was the perfect rental car. It was much more modern than a 348 or 355. It was so easy, so approachable. Even as a manual, very few people really struggled with driving a stick. I guess it was more common knowledge back then. Oh my goodness, what a noise! Oh, yes. Ugh, it's gracious. Oh, what a car. It's got 113,000 kilometers on it, being a European car. That would be 70-ish thousand miles. I think I sold it with just over 50. So it has been driven a good bit since then, but it's not much worse for wear. It was not a nice car when I sold it, but it's handling nice and tight. It's not rattling. It shifts nice. Man, this is a real car. Oh, it wanders a little there. Maybe needs some ball joints or an alignment. Probably some tires. Definitely some service. Ah! Oh, man. Still appreciated by the onlookers. Yeah. Something between the steering wheel and the direction that the front wheels point is off, but we're not going to die today in it, probably. I never loved the Crema or Sabia light interior in this thing, but I was buying the cheapest one on earth. It was actually the hunt for this car that led me to the offering of the Wyclef Jean collection, which included another rough 360 Spider and the now Revs Institute McLaren F1 and a Pagani Zonda S, all for 900 grand. That was the real business. Can you even change the climate? You can't tell. What a mess. That is a pimp my ride level mistake. Not the happiest. It's not the happiest clutch in the world either, I'll be honest, but Oh. I mean, this feels good 20 years later. I'd like you to imagine with me how cool this car was to have at 20, 21 years old. Everything. Man. There is a perfect argument to be made that a 8-cylinder mid-engine Ferrari and a 12-cylinder mid-engine Lamborghini is the perfect two-car answer for everything. I probably still would take a Scud over a manual 360, but this is so good. I don't have words for how happy I am that this car is back. And Cameron's gonna make it run right, which is even better. And I'm glad Cameron's becoming a good car dealer and has left just a thimble worth of gasoline in this automobile for me to use. Thank you, sir. I guess we'll take it back.
Little quieter for your older ears now.
That's right.
Now that you're over 40.
Yes. Dude, it's so good.
It is. It is wonderful.
Like, there's obviously every other car that's now faster, especially 4-cylinder Japanese cars, but
But
just
it's not the same.
No, exactly. Nothing is as cool, as good, as awesome as this.
Now it needs to make more noise.
Yes, more noise, and yeah, I mean, it certainly feels like it's falling apart, and it steers itself.
Yes, it does steer itself with the throttle. It is slightly alarming.
Yes.
We'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah, that's why it's here.
Yes.
So enjoy your Ferrari.
Thanks.
As
I
it becomes
appreciate
even
that.
better, let me know, and I'll come drive it some more.
Yeah. Once the top works and we can do that for you.
This is the kind of co-parenting I can enjoy. I'm at the Lars Anderson Auto Museum, home of America's oldest car collection, and they are holding a raffle where one of you is going to win this Porsche 992. You can enter at the link in the description below, and you will have an amazing car, but much more importantly, you'll be helping keep America's car culture alive. The Lars Anderson Auto Museum is the hub of New England car culture, and that is why every week here on the grounds, there's something amazing happening. So if you're in the Boston area, come say hey, and either way, enter to win this thing, because it's awesome.